Okay, this is not going to take very long. Plus, we don't have a lot of time anyway. But a lot of people have been spending the past week and a half talking back and forth. Oh, Ocasio-Cortez, catcalling, can't really debate Ben Shapiro, whatever. Look, I think Ben Shapiro is kind of a joke sometimes. The man is so self-important and so arrogant sometimes that um, I kind of like it when he seems pissed off and can't get into something. I think in this case, she still appears to have, but by using the whole cat calling analogy, she kind of lost the argument. And I had somebody argue with me earlier that Candace Owens is also full of shit because she was trying to get a debate with Ocasio-Cortez and that she's not relevant. Well, Ocasio-Cortez had said that conservatives are afraid to debate her. So, I mean, what does she want? Like somebody not from her district to debate her? Like should she? Okay, so if Jim Jordan agrees to debate Ocasio-Cortez, and he's a serving Republican, does that count? What about Marsha Blackburn? Okay, does it have to be an elected official? Who said that it has to be an elected official? I mean, she's the one who keeps asking for debate. Then Nico House was tweeting earlier, and I respect him for a lot of his YouTube stuff. He was saying, "I've been challenging Ben Shapiro to a debate for forever or whatever." Well, why would he want to debate you when he's already debated Cenk Uygur? He's already debated. Okay, well, let's not get into the semantics of it. Okay, because Shapiro has debated other people and Ocasio-Cortez hasn't. That's the bottom line point. I think Nico, if he wants to debate Ben Shapiro, he does have to grow his following, and then it would probably make a little more sense. I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve it, but this isn't the point. She was saying that nobody would be willing to debate her. Well, in any case, let's move beyond that. The next question is, does Ocasio-Cortez's campaign across the country really matter? When she's doing all these sorts of gaffes and slip-ups or whatever. This is not somebody who's used to tons of media exposure. And suddenly she's become starstruck, and people are pointing out all over the place these ridiculous, these ridiculous things that she keeps doing. The funniest of which was when she was in Kansas. She was campaigning for a congressional candidate who ended up getting edged out by a different one. I think his name was like Brent Welder or something, and he was edged out by a Native American lesbian, former MMA fighter. So she's trying to win a seat in Kansas against, I think his name is like Steve Yoder or something, who probably will end up winning. I don't know much about the candidates. I don't really care who wins in the end, although I'd probably prefer the Democrat doesn't. Just not going to lie. In either case, so that candidate of hers failed. Most of her candidates from last Tuesday failed. One of the few ones that succeeded was in Michigan, Rashida Tlaib, who also had an issue, I think it was either earlier today or yesterday, when Laura Loomer came and confronted her about, supposed support of Hamas or whatever. Then what happens? Laura Loomer gets banned from Facebook. Is Jamal Thomas now going to campaign to have Laura Loomer restored to Facebook? I don't think so. He'll probably call her a Zionist shill, as will most of the left. The left that, like about a week ago, they were saying, well, we were finally going to support Alex Jones not getting deplatformed. Well, I don't think that they're going to do the same thing for Laura Loomer. They're probably going to call her a bitch or something. There's the principles can only go so far on the left. Meanwhile, I think Rashida Tlaib, fine. I mean, good for her. She'll probably be in Congress. It's an accomplishment for her. I don't think that I agree with any of her positions, but I mean, that's the way the cookie crumbles. She is from Dearborn. In any case, we're looking at Hawaii District 1, where Ocasio-Cortez campaigned for Kanila Ing. And this guy in the Democratic primary, he didn't come in first. He didn't come in second. He didn't come in third. He came in fourth with 6.3%. I think there was also another story. Let's see here. This was kind of funny. So she supported Kanila Ing, and he lost pretty badly. Here we go, Daily Wire. Now, Daily Wire, because they're run by Ben Shapiro, they're basically on her ass literally all the time. And I think it's wrong. I think that they're being a bit over-focused on her, because after all, there's also Ben Jealous, who's probably a bigger idiot over in Maryland, who basically is saying, "Oh, I was head of the NAACP. We never accomplished anything, but I should be your governor in Maryland." But in any case, look what she does. I don't know why this is freezing. 1 second. Freezing. Shouldn't take this long. Sorry about this. This is my internet. This is all me. Let me see if it'll load. It's a good thing I'm not doing this live. Here we go. It's blacking out. Jeez, I shouldn't have done this so late. I should have probably just rolled this one into the other video. Waiting for the cache. Jeez. Okay, so here we go.
Introduce to you my brother in that struggle, our brother in that struggle, but our champion for that vision, who will fight for that 2 days from now, but also who will fight for it in the decades to come, Kanila.
So she forgot to mention his name. She had to come back to the podium. Now, this isn't as big of a gaffe as people are making it out to be, but it is kind of hilarious that she travels all the way to Hawaii. She's supposed to be campaigning, by the way, in New York City. And she travels all the way to Hawaii to campaign for another candidate. Gets another gaffe. I guess it's not that bad because at least they kept her on stage and said, hey, go out there and mention his name. But the guy, okay, so let's say this isn't her fault. And it's not, probably not. The guy got just curb stomped. He ended up earning 7,500 votes, which was, about like less than less than 1/6 of the votes of the winner. The guy was basically knocked out. First round, virtually no chance of even getting in. Was behind two other candidates that were also probably not much less progressive than him. The person behind him lost to him by only less than 100 votes. So he could have very well come in fifth, which would, given the circumstances, that probably wouldn't have been very embarrassing compared to this. But this was Ocasio-Cortez's endorsed candidate. Now, the one in Michigan came in second place. The guy Abdul Sayed, who, if there would have been no other progressive candidate, I believe he would have probably won, because there was another guy named Sri Thanagar who siphoned away votes from him. But that's the message here, that people have to gain some perspective here. Ocasio-Cortez, she might have the media power, but she does not have the vote power yet. And in fact, I don't think that she ever will, the way things are going right now. a lot of people will start to look at her as kind of the parody of the young progressive candidate, because she just keeps going and virtually, like, she doesn't feel that she's answerable to anybody, which I guess technically she's not. But then she goes around the country campaigning for these people. Where again is the commitment to the district? She should be, if we're really being honest, because the seat is vacant, or it's going to be vacant because she knocked out the incumbent. She should be knocking on doors in Queens and the Bronx, trying to get people to vote. But because the seat is dependably Democratic, of course she's not going to be doing that. So now the Democrats have unleashed her on the country. Now people are probably going to be saying, this is my opinion, okay? I could be wrong. Let's say she comes to Nebraska and she starts campaigning for a candidate. People in Nebraska are like, who the fuck is this girl who comes here from New York City trying to tell us people in Nebraska who to vote for? When you haven't even won your race yet, so to speak. You just beat some candidate because he didn't even try. Then she goes, let's say a week later, goes to, God knows, South Carolina or whatever. They get the same reaction. People around the country don't want candidates from coastal cities like New York and LA and San Francisco coming in and telling them who to vote for. Now, I get it that Rashida Tlaib won that seat. One of the reasons that she won that seat was because she was much more of a organized and well-prepared candidate than other people who had done it. Let me see if I can get one of the other races. Oh man, look how many Charlottesville stories there are here. They're going to focus on the Charlottesville people, and then of course Omarosa. Let me see. Whoops, that was the wrong story. So she did win. I was hoping to get at least the ballot numbers. She's in the 13th congressional district. So Michigan. I believe she probably will be running unopposed. I don't think there is a Republican challenger. So this is technically a second. This is technically a special election, and there is no. Well, let's see here. There's a Republican primary where a guy failed to qualify. I guess there weren't enough signatures. And then she was running against Ian Conyers, who is a state senator. And let's see here. There was a Democratic primary originally on. Let me see here. Apparently, yes, she ran for one district and lost. She ran for one district and lost. And yet, she ran for a different district and won. So what the hell is going on here? So she ran for District 13 special election. And then she ran for another district. and won. Well, it looks like it's the same district. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I think I know what it is. Okay, so the special election is for whoever fills out the term of John Conyers, who's lost. And the election itself is for whoever will serve in the next one. So this Brenda Jones lady won in the special election, but lost in the election itself. So you had to vote for the same race 2 times, essentially, or the same seat 2 times. There were 2 different races for the same seat. It's a bunch of bullshit. And she won one of them, and she'll probably be winning a lot more going forward because there's really nobody else to challenge her after now. So that's about it. I think Ocasio-Cortez's real effect over the country is much smaller than people think. But that's about it. Let me know what you think. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and of course, share the video and comment when it uploads, and I'll talk to you guys later.